Temecula Murrieta housing market has shifted again, and the home shopping rush of the spring selling season has tamed the price cuts that followed the sharp mortgage rate hikes that began last spring. We are back to multiple offers on many listings. Buyers are bidding over the asking price and appraisals are coming in short. I'll give you the details and the stats in this monthly market snapshot today. Hi, I'm Jessica Genung with the Genung team. Welcome if you are new here, welcome back if you are not, and I'm glad to see you back. Thank you for your patience with me as I took a few weeks off from making videos to have a baby. I am back and feeling great and all recovered. We've been making these weekly videos for about 4 years now with over 200 videos on this channel. We never missed a single week until recently, but we are very busy with not only baby Jackie, but also servicing our current clients because the spring selling market has really heated up. One of the reasons that it's been particularly busy lately is as of about 2 months ago, buyer interest has picked up, but listings have not been increasing like they normally would during the spring selling season. Also, our buyer clients have been much more likely to be up against multiple offers again, which makes us busier as well. For one of our buyer clients last month, it took us 8 offers to get accepted and closed. Writing 8 offers for one family is now my new record, which was previously 7 offers, and that was back in the craziness of 2021. These clients, they were well qualified and wrote good offers along the way, and it was still a struggle. So that may give some perspective on the current environment. For this client of ours, they also had a home to sell, which we listed for them. When clients are buying and selling at the same time, we love to handle both sides of the transaction and feel that this makes for a smoother process when we are closely involved with both transactions. For that listing, the home sold in just a few days. In fact, all 3 of our listings last month sold in just a few days. Contrast this to shopping and submitting 8 offers on the buyer side for this client's replacement home, and you can see how the market has shifted back towards a strong seller's market. Maybe you saw my video tour of this beautiful listing in South Temecula's Morgan Hill. Morgan Hill is a hot neighborhood and always in high demand. I have a neighborhood tour about this community if you are interested in learning more. We were listed at $815,000 and we received multiple offers. Ultimately, we closed for $852,000, which was $37,000 over the asking price. By the way, our listing price as it was pushing it on the high side, but we decided to test the market. When we were getting ready and first listed, Scott on our team asked me, "Isn't it priced a little high?" Yes, we were priced a little bit high, but there were no other active listings in all of Morgan Hill. I mean, 0, so why not go for it? Also, the seller had invested a lot of money in updates, which I also felt would help justify the price. For desirable properties and because of the very low inventory, buyers are willing to pay over the appraised value to win the home often. Congrats to our sellers. I'll briefly talk about current appraisals. We are having many issues with appraisals coming in low lately. The seasonal spring selling rush is when a lot of families are trying to secure a home that will close in time for them to register their kids for the new school year. Prior to the spring selling season in the earlier part of this year and the last half of 2022, we were getting our buyer clients' homes at asking price often, or even negotiating the prices down, and we were also able to negotiate some seller paid closing costs. During this time, the market was more balanced between the buyers and the sellers, and we were rarely seeing a low appraisal. But the market shifted and sellers have been pricing their homes on the high end of the comps, and prices are often even being bid up even higher than that. Because of this, we have been dealing with quite a few low appraisals recently, which is never fun. Let's move on and chat about what's going on with the broader economy and interest rates. A lot of mixed signals, that's what. The Bureau of Labor Statistics announced that the U.S. economy added 339,000 jobs in May, far exceeding the expected 190,000. The stock market loved this news, and the Dow Jones closed up 700 points for the day that these numbers were released, and the S&P rose 1.5% that year. The Dow going up 700, I think that was the biggest increase for a single day for the whole year. The jobs report was the good news. The not so good news is unemployment rose from 3.4% in April to 3.7% in May, due in part to a significant decline in self-employment. agent. Some real estate agents might be part of these numbers. Only 4 in 10 new real estate agents are confident that they are going to be able to have a long-term career in the industry. Megan Brown, the director of content and community for Realtor.com, put it well by saying, getting into the industry as an agent, there is a low barrier to entry, but a high barrier to success. This seems to have always been the case in our industry. That's my opinion. This is certainly to be expected and has happened before. Back in the 2005-2006 era, lots of new agents joined the market when times were good, and when the 2008 bust happened, many agents left the industry. It's a natural cycle. The conflicting signs of increased new jobs added but higher unemployment are muddying the waters for the Federal Reserve, which is going to meet later this week. For now, it's expected to maintain current interest rates. If that happens, it would be pretty big economic news. The Fed funds rate has been increased the last 10 meetings, so the long expected rate pause would be welcome news and what many of us in the mortgage and real estate industry have been waiting for a long time. The local stats I analyze every month for Menifee, Murrieta, and Temecula are interesting. Long story short, prices are increasing again despite the higher mortgage rates. Let's take a look at the stats. Starting with Menifee and median sales price. This one is a little bit misleading in my opinion. So it looks like that the sales prices are dropping because it dropped month over month by 1.4%. But in March, I'm actually going to put up the March numbers here because I think this part is important. The median sales price was $533,000. So although it declined a little bit month over month, it looks like that the general trend is going up, but we'll see what it looks like next month. Let's look at Murrieta and the median sales price. This is a completely different story from Menifee and Temecula both, but Murrieta especially has a sales price increase of 8.1% month over month from April to May. So also I'll put the March number up. The median sales price in March in Murrieta was $639,500. So that is a solid upward trend, and even month over month over $50,000. Just so you know, so May, our median sales price in Murrieta, almost $700,000, $10 short of $700,000. And the peak in Murrieta, the pricing peak was in June at $705,000. So we are very close to the all-time Murrieta highs. And moving on to Temecula, we have an increase, a smaller increase than Murrieta, but a 2.1% increase, looks like $15,000 there month over month. March was $710,000. So we're kind of bouncing around a little bit, but the general trend is still, we'll call it inching up. The peak in Temecula, by the way, was $766,000, and that was back in April of last year. Okay, let's move on to closed sales. In Menifee is down month over month only by 3 homes. So that is fairly flat, but that is inching down. In March, it was 141. So every month we are inching down a little bit in number of closed sales. And then we are way down year over year, 30.8% for Menifee. Number of closed sales in Murrieta is bouncing around a little bit. So it's up month over month, which we would typically see as we head into the spring selling season. But I'm going to put March up here as well, which is also 132, which was the same as this month. So March had a higher number. April, it came down. May, it bounced back up. So it's kind of bouncing all over the place. Same story as Menifee and Temecula. Year over year, number of closed sales are down over 30%, 31.3%. So moving on to Temecula, and closed sales are up just a little bit here. Well, 15.4%, and it looks like that's 14 homes. So it's up a little bit, and the same exact story actually as Murrieta, where March we have the same number as May. So we had a 105 in March, we dropped down to 91 in April, and then we bounced back up to 105 in May. So we're bouncing around again. And number of closed sales year over year is down the most for Temecula. Of these 3 cities, down 36.7%. Okay, median days on market. This one is interesting. It is decreasing in all 3 cities. So month over month, median days on market in Menifee is down 4 days. In Murrieta, it's down 6 days. And in Temecula, it's down 2 days month over month. So median days on market, in my opinion, this is a leading indicator that prices might be going back up again. And this is to our very low inventory right now. So things are selling quicker. There's less homes for people to choose from. They're having to move faster, putting these homes under contract. When we get more inventory and when the market's a little bit more balanced, or if it swings towards a buyer's market, the buyers, they take their time more. They look at everything on the market. We just have more of a variety to look at anyway. So that takes longer. They don't feel the sense of urgency. But right now, when there's nothing on the market, buyers are having to move quickly, and days on market is decreasing across all 3 cities. Okay, moving on to number of listings, starting in Menifee, it's very flat. Month over month, only 1 more listing, so very flat. March number of listings was 221, so in April it went down a little bit. So declining number of listings by trend, but flat month over month. And then of course, year over year, we're way down on number of listings, 38.6%. By the way, month supply, how many homes will it take? How long will it take to sell all of the homes that are on the market? If no new listings came to the market, that's what months of supply means. And in May, months of supply was 1.5%. Moving on to Murrieta, number of listings is down. And when I'm seeing national housing trends right now, number of listings is way down nationally. So, but it's good to dive into, our specific submarkets because real estate is very local. But month over month in April, we had 193 listings, and in May in Murrieta we had 179, so it's down 7.3%. Let's go all the way back to March and we had 200, so that has been declining every month in Murrieta as far as our inventory goes. Year over year, way down, same as across the board. I won't even go into that number. We're just way down number of listings year over year. Months of supply, very similar across these 3 cities. So in Murrieta in May it was 1.6 compared to 1.5 in Menifee. And next we're going to be looking at Temecula that has 1.8 months of supply. So that has the most amount months of inventory there. So number of listings in Temecula month over month, this one actually increased. This one's kind of bouncing around a little bit too. We're going to put March's number up on the screen here, 183 in March. So 183 in March, and it came down to 171 in April, and it went back up to 184 so in May. So that one is kind of bouncing around a little bit as well. Very soon, one of my upcoming videos is going to be like a mid-2023 forecast video, like what is my personal opinion of what I think is going to be happening with the real estate market, because I actually think that we're going to be shifting again. And what is some of the expert opinions? I like doing these forecast videos. That's going to be coming up. Like this video if you found it helpful. Would love it if you've subscribed to the channel. Reach out if you have any questions, and we'll see you next week. Bye.